Before we get into it, I just wanted to talk to you, the viewer, about the sub goal that I've set for myself this year. I want to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and according to my YouTube analytics, just under 3/4 of you aren't subscribed when you watch my videos. So if you could please click subscribe and help me get there, that would be so very much appreciated. If you don't watch my videos, that's fine, but it would help other people who want to watch my videos come and see my channel because it helps me up in the algorithm. Thank you guys, let's get into it. Hey guys, my name's Zero and thanks for taking time out of your day to come back and watch another one of my videos. Terribly sorry for the lack of ARB uploads. Last Sherman video took quite some time to both record, edit, and upload. So it took a while, but here we are. And we are back with the Spitfire Mk Vc as requested by Dan the Man quite some time ago in a comment underneath the Focke-Wulf 190 D9 video, and that comment was also liked, as I saw when I went back and got this screenshot right here, by 2 people. So to the people who wanted this video and to Dan the Man himself, here it is. I hope it is sufficient enough for your taste. Was a good choice for a plane as well. Thank you very much, I will say, because I needed an excuse to grind out the British bomber line and other strike fighters. So because of you, I now have the Lincoln, which is absolutely fantastic. I can start to research the Canberra, not that I would really want any British bombers anyway, but I am one step closer to completing the research of the British ground tree. Now, Spitfire Mk Vc, rank 3, it is a folded vehicle in the Mark V section. The first vehicle in the folded section is essentially a Mark Vc, but it's the Mark Vc Trop. Pretty much the only difference between that and this is a little air filter underneath the nose for sand, because I'm pretty sure it was used in the Africa campaign. There was a lot of sand flying about, so it was really bad for the engine, so they installed this air filter. But other than that, those planes, well, that plane and this plane, I should say, are completely identical. You can see in the screenshot that's put on the screen right here, the engine got a decent amount of power to it. 1060 horsepower for max power and 1505 horsepower for takeoff power. Not too bad, not too bad at all. However, this plane does sit at 5.0, which means it can get up tiered to 6.0, which also means that its engine can get outperformed by a lot of things that it faces. It will struggle to keep up with a lot of late Corsairs, with a lot of late Yaks. Pretty much anything at 6.0 will have engines that are way better than anything that this thing can carry. So do be careful with that. Down tiers are, well, as is often the case, where it shines the most. Its turn time is pretty good. It's definitely on par with a lot of the more nimble fighters like the Yak 3, and just a bit worse than the Zero at 16.2. Rate of climb is 19.7 meters per second, which is great. You can use that quite a lot at the start of the match, take advantage of it and get yourself a lot of altitude very quickly. I find that if I climb at a steady rate of about 270 to 280, that you can get up to 3.5 to 4 kilometers before the first engagement starts. Max speed, when spaded of course, is 609 kilometers an hour. Not slow, but it's not fast either. It's fast enough to keep up with a lot of things that it will face. It's fast enough to ensure that it doesn't rip in a dive. But again, it is not the fastest thing out there. So I guess probably the best thing, or the best way that I could use to describe this would be jack of all trades, master of none. It is certainly something that will help you get the job done. Very beginner friendly. One thing to watch out for though is the engine. It still has the very infamous Spitfire temperature engine problems. You need to be a bit conservative with your throttle when you play this thing, otherwise your engine will overheat pretty quickly. Make sure you take minimum fuel with this thing to get the most out of its turning performance too. I also tend to run air belts on this plane's 20mm cannons, which do pack quite a punch. But for more plane specifications, look in this video's description. And for now, with all that out of the way, let's move on to the gameplay where I look at what this thing can do. And here is gameplay clip number 1. There are a couple of gameplay clips at the start, not full matches, just because I wanted to show off these engagements here. But to start off with, we are being dove on by a 109 G6, a plane that we could quite easily beat in a turning performance, but this guy is very clearly playing energy. He's boom and zooming from an altitude that I cannot reach him at, and he is climbing in the opposite direction. So we are going to climb in the opposite direction, same as him, but not as aggressively, because we need to keep our speed to make sure that we are able to dodge him. He is going to regain his altitude to reset his climbing position, which he should. And at this point, he has pretty much all the cards over me. He can boom and zoom me all day long. I can only stay under him and make the shot as hard as possible, which is what I'm trying to do right here. But he is circling above me. He's going up a little bit. You can see the wing vortices. He's stalling out to get a premium dive angle on me. So I'm diving away. I want to pick up some speed. I engage the wet to help with that as well. But I need to straighten out a bit to kind of give myself an angle to go perpendicular. We do that. We narrowly avoid his guns. And I basically just send it because he will just boom and zoom me all day long. We pitch up after him, and we drop the landing flaps. Now, you wouldn't normally do this. This is incredibly risky. He reverses his turn here, which is why he gets smited. But if he had played that a little bit differently, I would just have pretty much just been dead. I got very lucky with that engagement, but the flaps gave me the lift that I needed to pitch myself up after him. Now, XF5U, completely different aircraft. He has energy on me. He's just come from a high altitude, and he's going really, really quickly. But he bleeds speed really, really quickly. And he can boom and zoom. That thing is a little bit of a helicopter. I'm not even going to hold you. So again, we're going to keep our speed because we are going to need it. He's going to lose it very quickly. So if we are able to keep our speed, that means that we have more to work with him the more that he turns. So he boom and zooms me. He flies away, does exactly what the 109 did and resets his altitude. And he comes back in for another strafe. So we fly perpendicular for him to get ready to duck underneath his guns, which is exactly what we do here. He flies over. I'm just watching him, anticipating him, waiting for him to turn in, and he does so right here. You can see the wing vortices. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to dip, we're going to pitch up over his nose, and we're going to reverse him. Now we're going to just miss our shot. I mean, you saw that spark there, right? Real shatter is really annoying. That would have killed him, but hey, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have got this awesome dogfight. So we drop the flaps to turn in after him. We have pretty much just cemented our position here, and this guy is incredibly slow. I mean, look at him. He's basically floating in place. He lost all of his speed, completing a full 360-degree turn. So we just dive back down on him, park on his six rather, and shoot him down pretty handily. Now, on to the first match. I have struck up a conversation with a lot of people in this match. This is the very first match that I did, so shout out to everybody else, especially Donut Proto, who very kindly subscribed to this after he realized that I had a YouTube channel. So if you're seeing this, mate, shout out to you, and also to everyone else watching. He also has a YouTube channel. Go check it out if you're interested. I believe he said in one of the matches that I was playing that he was interested in putting out content of his own again. So here you go. Props to you, and GG, well played. But here we are, just flying around the battlefield. I am eyeing off the F-82 that's behind me. He can be taken off pretty handily as soon as I get past that absolute laser of 50 cals that he shoots out. But we're just going to keep him in the back of our minds here. He seems to be pretty distracted though, going for heavier targets. And we're just flying around the battlefield, right? We're staying away from the incoming stream of enemies. We are trying to see what enemies are which, making sure that, we're able to take them on pretty handily, because we can take a lot of these planes in one-on-ones, but if we get double teams, it's a given, right? Every single plane that comes in decreases our chances of walking or flying away, rather, because planes don't have legs, into the next match or onto the next fight. So we're climbing perpendicular here. We're still analyzing the situation. There's a 190 that's up high. Now I'm watching him because he's the highest person in the lobby. If a 190 gets energy and knows how to use it, he can be very, very dangerous. So we're just going to also keep him in the back of our minds here. But instead, we're going to fly over to this P51 and this Hungarian Yak 9 that are over here at a lower altitude. The Yak 9 decides to engage the A6N3, so he's now preoccupied, and so does the P51. So now we have a monopoly over pretty much everyone in the lobby except for that D9. We shoot at the P51. I mean, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I got an AP shell that sparked off his fuselage. We don't go after the P51 because the Yak 9 broke off and is turning up above us, so we're going to go for him instead. He gained a lot of altitude, and we're not going to let him slide that easily. Now, we've taken him out. We are now uncontested at our altitude. The Focke-Wulf 190 is too far away to contest us at this point in time. So now I've got a decision to make. Do I stay up and look for the 190 and try to contest him, or do I dive and try to cull these numbers? Initially, I break off for the 190, as you can see here, but in the end, there are just so many teammates around, I'm trying to save as many of my teammates as long as possible. Because eventually, with enough teammates, even a 190 with a lot of energy, unless he's the best War Thunder player in the world, will struggle to take all of us down at once unless we make some serious blunders. So we dive back down, we take out a 190F, not a very dangerous target, but he has a lot of guns, so definitely someone to not stay in front of. Oh, another 190 dives in, not a problem. We dodge out of his guns, we go up and over, reverse him almost instantly, and we just stick with the fight. He's turning, he's wasting a lot of his energy. Never turn with a Spitfire, bro. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. We get on his 6 pretty handily. He tries to like dodge and roll, which is probably a good call because 190s can turn and roll, well, roll rather, not turn, a lot faster than the Spitfire, but we just send a 20 mil right into his wing and shave it smooth off. And finally, the last match for this video. Got a Yak 9 chasing one of our key 84s. I mean, free 6 position. We dive down on him, but he sees us coming. He tries to go underneath us. We try to contest that. Yeah, clouds are in the way. I really do not like clouds, and for some reason everything goes black when you're in a cloud, so yeah, I don't know. But anyway, minor details. We're going to use our cloud cover here. The Yak 9 tries to pull on our 6, but then he pulls away when the Key 84 decides to re-engage, meaning that we are free to kind of move around the battlefield, I should say, sorry. We've got a Yak 3 who is peeling out in front. Very, very dangerous if you've seen the video thumbnail that I will post right here. If you've seen this video, yeah, you know how dangerous this guy is, so he becomes a very high priority target. I'm going to chase after him. He's anticipating me turn, tries to turn underneath me, but we blow his wing smooth off, and he's not doing too well. He's not doing too well. So we take a very, very dangerous man out of the lobby straight away, and we move on to the next target after our pilot goes to sleep for a little bit, which is another 190. Now at this point, I think this guy is fresh to the battlefield. I have no idea what he's doing, but he looks like he's going really slow. It's a 190A, he pitches up right at me, but he can't. And then I see this little trail of dirty, dark brown smoke coming out of the back of his engine. He has no engine, so we're just going to pull in. We're going to get a crit, cheeky little crit to secure the assist right here. Some nice little RP on our quest to go down the bomber line. And we move on to the Yak after making sure that we clear out as many people from the area as possible. Get into the cockpit to satisfy the plane nerd within me, just because, you know, flying in semi-formation, cool things, cool aviation enthusiast things, and all of a sudden, bam, Yak 3, where did he come from? So yeah, I start freaking out a little bit. You can see me look back pretty quickly, and again, just trying to keep track of him in the back of my mind. We have to go for this Yak. We have to get this Yak out of the lobby, and we do, thank God. There's another threat that we don't have to deal with, and so we're going to turn into this Yak 3 right now and try and stop him from getting the drop on a lot of our allies, pun not intended. And yeah, we're basically the only plane that is left to contest him right now. I'm not quite sure what happened here. I mean, he gets tunnel visioned on everyone. Maybe he didn't have control over his control surfaces. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we crit him. Someone's obviously done some damage. I checked the scoreboard to make sure he wasn't severely damaged, but I didn't see any severe damages on the scoreboard, which means that we get the kill, amazingly enough, which gives us our 3rd kill for the match. I mean, yeah, that is pretty much all she wrote. There's this 109 that no one will get a hit on and will just crash into the ground after people have been dogfighting them for like ages. And we land, we rearm, and go back to the airfield. So there's not much left for this match. But hey, I mean, I feel like this game's to showcase a little bit what you can do. If you need more help, more advice, make sure to join the server. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you really soon in the next one.